We begin with First Alert meteorologist Adam Berg with a look at your Halloween forecast.
That's right. And this morning, look at this here. We're thinking 63 this morning in Miami. Fort Lauderdale, we're already in the 50s. Key West, about 70. Coolest weather since March and April of earlier this year. Amazing, right? It's been a minute. A lot of us love this type of weather here, and we're finally getting a little taste, right? And look, we'll get more of these cold fronts. This was the first good one so far this late summer, fall, right? Fall always starts late here in South Florida. Okay, nothing showing up on First Alert Live Doppler. We do see a couple of showers out over the Gulf waters. That's because we have a much cooler wind over the warm water. It's almost like lake effect snow that you get downwind of the Great Lakes when you have really cold air over the warmer water. Similar kind of a setup here. Even though the humidity is way down, when you get this much chillier air over the very warm water still of the Gulf of Mexico, it can fire up a couple of showers. But those are actually on the Gulf side. For us, just a couple of clouds, low humidity, really, really nice weather. Here's Melissa. It is hustling to the northeast so quickly now that it's almost off screen. It's moving to the northeast over 40 miles per hour right now. That forward speed really moving fast. So what happens next? Well, it's moving away from Bermuda, so conditions improving there dramatically. But as we go into the weekend, we could get a near hit here for parts of Canada. This is Newfoundland right here, the province of Newfoundland. Very close across that region here, 75-mile-per-hour winds, so we'll have to watch that one. And then as we go into the weekend and early next week, hopefully we are writing the final advisory on this as this system works away very, very quickly. For us, look at this here. A couple of key showers, yes, with that northwest wind kind of continuing. Fantastic weather. It's hard to say this with a straight face. I don't know how Chris does it, right? All these little plays on words, right? This is for Chris, who's not here today. Fantastic to start. Gorgeous weather this afternoon, and then beautiful for the trick-or-treating this evening. Let's kind of break down your hour-by-hour forecast for Halloween, and this is what we're thinking here. Some regular words to describe it. 79 degrees for the high today. Nice stuff. Fresh for 6 p.m., 75 degrees. Look, most importantly, no rain, right? As we go through the evening. That's the big deal. And 68 degrees. We could be talking about 60s again here before the evening is done here. Again, just awesome, awesome, awesome weather for this Halloween. So let's track the next few days. Dry air still on top of us with that moisture way down towards the bottom of the screen. As we go from this afternoon here into Saturday, that super dry air just slowly creeps back to the north. And then Saturday into Sunday, you see some of this green try to work back up just ever so slightly. Maybe we get a passing shower because of that little extra pop in humidity as we go into Sunday. So you see the rain chances here. And by the way, we're using Miami kind of as a reference here. The Keys could see a couple of showers today. Incredible weekend as well. A little bit warmer Sunday. There's your isolated shower chance. Maybe a couple of showers into Monday as a very weak front works back in, and decent Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, Adam, thanks so much. Now to our top stories this morning. We continue following the latest out of the Caribbean as crews begin the long cleanup and search for survivors after Hurricane Melissa. Let's go to Jamaica, where emergency crews are working tirelessly to reach areas cut off by the storm. The island's coastline has been wrecked and entire communities destroyed and roofs blown off of 90% of the buildings in the town of Black River.
I try to be strong with them, but deep inside I'm crying. I'm really, really crying.
See the water at my waist, and about 10 minutes time, I see it around my neck here, and I make my escape.
Most of the island remains without power as families are still searching for food, for gasoline and phone service while relief efforts continue. And now to Haiti, where widespread power outages continue along with dangerous conditions. They persist in the region. More than 25 people are dead across Haiti and more than a dozen remain missing. This video shows the horrific flooding there in the region. And devastation, I should say, also in Cuba. People in the eastern portion of the country are now busy cleaning up and rebuilding after the hurricane. And now hurricane help is taking flight even after widespread cancellations for commercial travel. NBC6's Joanna Torres. She's here in studio with the very latest on those relief efforts. Joanna?
Well, we note that at least one flight took off from MIA headed to Kingston on Thursday. The other flights were canceled, but we do know that supplies and essential items for those on the island did make it. Just under 2,000 boxes of essentials touched down in Kingston Thursday. Food, hygiene kits, and water, all boxed together here in South Florida at the Global Empowerment Mission headquarters. And more relief coming from someone you may know. Shaggy, a reggae artist and Kingston resident, is at a loss of words by destruction of Hurricane Melissa.
My country has been devastated by this. My wife was on the ground at our home in Jamaica, and the destruction is horrendous.
He's teaming up with Orlando attorney Dan Newland, who's using his 2 private jets to deliver donations and supplies to hard-hit areas. 13 relief flights were expected to arrive in Jamaica Thursday.
They don't have the infrastructure that we do. So we've been blessed. We've lived the American dream in different ways, and this is our time to give back.
Meanwhile, at Miami International Airport, cancellations continue. Some people trying to head home, while others still without word from loved ones on the island.
So I've been through a couple of hurricanes, but I mean, not reaching back to your family and being stuck in a place where you didn't care to you'll be so long, it's going to be very scary.
American Airlines announcing flights from MIA to Kingston, MIA to Udgame, Cuba, and flights from Charlotte to Turks and Caicos are back in service. Flights to Montego Bay remain suspended. And we're also learning that the U.S. military is sending a team down to Jamaica to assess the damage and what the country and its people may need. In the studio, Joanna Torres, NBC6 News.
Joanna, thank you. As recovery efforts continue for the people in Jamaica, officials are now warning of scams targeting hurricane relief. They warn there are now several websites attempting to steal people's donations. Officials have now identified at least 28 fake websites that are pretending to fundraise in support of Jamaica. There's also bogus social media pages stealing people's money. Officials say they want to make sure people's generosity reaches those who truly need it.
The only legitimate government website for Hurricane Melissa relief donations is https://www.supportjamaica.gov.jm.
Now, if you come upon a suspicious website, make sure you do not enter your personal information, do not make a payment, and also just make sure you report that website. From impacts in the aftermath to relief and recovery efforts, stay with NBC6 for more on Melissa on air and also across our digital platforms. Well, you guys, we're just a few hours away from a potential pause in food benefits for millions of Americans. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP, could be suspended starting tomorrow, because of the government shutdown. Here's NBC6's Julia Bagg with the details on what it means for South Florida.
Nearly 3 million Floridians depend on SNAP benefits to feed their families, including 1 in 4 households right here in Miami-Dade County. And we've seen South Floridians turning to food banks for help since the government shutdown, just to get by and make sure that they keep their pantries stocked. And we spoke with a furloughed TSA worker about what this is like, how it's impacted him while he waited in line for some free groceries.
I've been off work for, is it 30 days now? So 30 days, just kind of sitting at the edge of my seat at home.
Just last week, the Agriculture Department said in a message on its website that SNAP payments would not be issued November 1st. Of course, that is tomorrow. There has been a push on Capitol Hill to stop that from happening, but so far the effort hasn't gone anywhere. In Miami-Dade County, Julia Bagg, NBC6 News.
All right, Julia, thank you so much. All right, a former employee of a Pompano Beach Christian school accused of touching students inappropriately is now facing new charges. Ronison Xavier was arrested again on Wednesday after the Broward Sheriff's Office said 2 more people have come forward. He was the assistant athletic director at Highlands Christian Academy. The investigation into Xavier actually started earlier this month after a 13-year-old said that he touched her inappropriately in his office. And then a 16-year-old told officials that he grabbed her inappropriately twice. He's now facing 24 additional charges. Well, the Trump administration plans to pay military members today despite the ongoing government shutdown. An official with the Office of Management and Budget says about $5.3 billion will be pulled from existing Pentagon funds, including military housing, research, and other accounts. This is now the second time the White House has avoided a missed payment for our troops, even as other federal employees remain without take-home pay. All right, you guys, it is the spookiest day of the year. It's finally here, and a surprising Halloween trend has kids saying trick or tater. We've got video of homeowners handing out potatoes on Halloween. That's been sprouting on social media in recent years, leading to a total potato takeover. Former longtime NBC News correspondent Kevin Tibbles has been handing out the spuds for 2 decades now, and now he's actually shocked to see that this tradition is now gaining momentum with the kiddos.
It started out as a joke. If you want to come back and get second helpings of candy, you're going to get threatened with a potato. The next thing I know, everybody wants a potato.
Yeah, it's not clear what prompted the potatoes to take off, but marketing and research organization Potatoes USA is officially a fan of the trend. The organization even prompting Halloween-themed recipes for vegetables, keeping it a little bit healthy. All right, you guys, thanks for watching NBC6 News Now. I'm Constance Jones.
Memories. Oh, I love it. I'm coming, guys. All right, I'm coming. Come on, chameleon. All right, hold on. Okay. Almost ready. Hold your horses. Don't yell at me. All right. I'm ready. Okay, guys, so our hurricane way over 1,000 miles away from us. We're getting a really fresh northwest wind behind that system. We've seen 50s in some spots this morning. Fantastic weather. And then it goes from fantastic to even better. It gets gorgeous this afternoon with that northwest breeze. Yeah, I'm being cheesy today. This is the one day I'll do it. Beautiful weather this evening, though, for Halloween. Look at this trick-or-treating weather. Incredible all the way through. Beautiful weekend as well. Okay, guys, so our hurricane way over 1,000 miles away from us. We're getting a really fresh northwest wind behind that system. We've seen 50s in some spots this morning. Fantastic weather. And then it goes from fantastic to even better. It gets gorgeous this afternoon with that northwest breeze. Yeah, I'm being cheesy today. This is the one day I'll do it. Beautiful weather this evening, though, for Halloween. Look at this trick-or-treating weather. Incredible all the way through. Beautiful weekend as well. Okay, guys.